I recommend we could go for something like this.
Thank you for joining us once again for today's qualifying session. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what we hope will be a fantastic contest for pole position. What kind of setup will drivers be looking for around here? It's got a fair mixture of demanding corners. Is it all about finding the sweet spot in handling balance?
Drivers are going to need a nicely balanced car to be fast here. They'll need to get the most out of the medium and high-speed corners, which will push them to run more downforce. But in turn, this slows the car down on the straights. It's a tricky balancing act.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three: Verstappen, Weber and Mir. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. What was the secret of your qualifying pace? A superb qualifying performance from your old F2 teammate today. You have a new teammate. How are you two getting along? You left some bodywork out there on the track. Appreciate your time.
Well done. Very solid result. You're looking good for the race.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg, and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship, except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and starting alongside is Lucas Weber. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Mir, Perez, George Russell and Leclerc, Ricciardo, Sainz, Magnussen and Pierre Gasly, Hamilton, Vettel, Devon Butler and Bottas, Hulkenberg, Raikkonen, Lance Stroll and Antonio Giovinazzi. Albon and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care. Let's focus now for the rest of the race. braking. You've taken some minor damage. Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race. We're leading our teammate by 10.8 seconds. Strategy is available on the MFD. Got that confirmed? Is 7.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:11.9. Top 10 now. Keep it up. Gap to teammate behind is 13.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 16th. The time last lap was a 1:11.6. The pit window, you'll be on the mediums. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. box. We're coming in this lap. Box this lap. Go now. Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Nico is in for his stop. Car ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres. You've moved into P2, that's P2 now. We're leading our teammate by 21.4 seconds. To teammate behind is 20.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 17th. The time last lap was a 1:27.1. pace is currently in P9. The difference is 12.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. This pace is strong, but be aware your tyres need to go the distance. The car behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race. Okay, some information on Perez. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
But it's absolutely got to be Alexander Albon, no hesitation. He put in a performance today that's only going to build further upon his already growing reputation.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Red Bull pulled further ahead in the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You must be happy with the result today. You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all... Do you think you and your new teammate are going to work well together? Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash? Appreciate your time.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
Hello again, and thank you for joining us today for one of the few events this year that won't have a critical impact on the World Championship. So maybe we can all relax just a little bit more and enjoy the action from this wonderful field of historic cars.
The stewards will give you a penalty. This up, we're going to get disqualified. Be more careful out there.
Congratulations on your success in the invitational events. It might not help you in the championship standings, but it definitely helps to build your reputation.
It's time once again then for qualifying here at Silverstone, on what we're hoping will be a tight contest for pole position. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily, it's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
Nice job.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Verstappen, Russell and Sergio Perez. With
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. And how joyous indeed it is to be back at Silverstone once more for the British Grand Prix. The queues to get in this morning extended miles back down the A43, such as the enthusiasm for Formula One in this country. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Mia. That was a great podium in the last race. So can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Butler, Alexander Albon, and Faber, Hamilton, Mir, Hulkenberg, and Carlos Sainz, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Lance Stroll, and Gasly, Vettel, Magnussen, Valtteri Bottas, and Antonio Giovinazzi. Grosjean and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
We're in a very good position today. Let's see if we can do even better in the race. Somewhere on the ICE, be aware that we will start to see a loss of power. Green flag. Good job, nice overtake. Is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep the temps under control. MFD for a new strategy option. Confirmed. Okay, clear. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. Engines showing small signs of wear. Power output will be down. Verstappen's in first place. We're leading our teammate by 3.2 seconds. Front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap. Take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Okay, remember to pit this lap. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Right, some information on Grosjean. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. There's 6 laps of fuel remaining. Nico is in the pits. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Our gap to the car in front is 7.1 seconds. Has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre. Our gap behind is 2.6 seconds. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Charger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. So teammate behind is 19.6 seconds. Lewis is sat in P8. The gap is 12.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 58.5. Nice move. Good job. This is your final lap of the race. Plus 1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target plus 1. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Kimi Räikkönen is my standout today. Nothing you could construe as showboating, just an incredibly consistent performance out on track.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of...
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. It was more like dodgems than Formula. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? We all underestimated you, didn't we? How did you feel when you saw your old rival from F2 have to withdraw? Appreciate your time.
Excellent result today. Finishes like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one.
Welcome to Germany for today's qualifying session at the famous Hockenheim Ring. The pit lane lights will turn green in the next minute or two to signify the start of qualifying. This is a track that tends to ask quite a lot of the tyres, both front and rear. So is it fair to say a great deal of management will be needed in order to do well here?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
mate, really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Mia,
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race? Your R&D team has been working non-stop this season. Is this to catch up or stay ahead? Appreciate your time.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.